Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to 1002. This is the part of the show where I pretend that the last 3 hours of radio weren't, a little excruciating this evening. I've got everybody, the normal crew in the room tonight. Mackay is here. We've got Drew, the squatter. He's doing a great job at the squatting, by the way.
Thank you.
I think you have nights in radio that you wish you could have back. I thought the first hour of the show tonight was fantastic. We hit a bit of a wall with the lady that was suing Ticketmaster because she really gave me a lot of one-word answers. And if I'm going to be honest on this thing, which I promised everybody I'm going to be, I couldn't stand that interview. I thought it was just ridiculous. You got a big $500 million class action lawsuit, and you can't give me more than one word of each question answered. After 8 o'clock, if I was gonna do things differently, I probably would have stayed away from the abortion topic completely. That was a bad idea. What else? What else do we have in terms of bad ideas, producer man?
Partly because it's my job, and partly because I actually feel this way. I don't think it was such an awful show. I agree that maybe with our approach during the eugenics topic, which wasn't an abortion topic, but the lines are blurry, and so it gets taken down that road. I thought maybe we went down a bit of a wrong path with that. Otherwise, I thought we brought up some interesting ideas, had some good calls, just not enough of them.
Should have been less eugenics, more Eugene Levy.
Sure. We should have just played. Yeah. I think that we learned some lessons tonight.
Yeah, 9 o'clock things picked back up.
Yeah.
The tipping story was good.
Yep.
I thought you did a real good job on the MIA thing.
Thank you.
Her being completely pregnant during the Grammys last night was kind of cool. And, it wasn't cool on her end, but what can you do? While I've got you here, I was at Mackay's big shindig on Friday evening, and you raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
You should tell the people how much money.
Yeah,
see if you're allowed to state that.
Yeah, totally. No, I raised almost $5,000 for this school in Sierra Leone that the fundraiser was raising money for, which is a huge success. I was hoping to raise $2,000 and more than doubled it. So, yeah. Great success. Yeah, first annual.
Let me tell this story. And I meant to tell this story on the show, and I didn't get a chance to.
You're very busy on the show.
God knows I had tons of time to. What am I talking about? Mackay's grandmother is a very, very awesome lady, and she came up and she gave me a big hug. And then Mackay told me the significance of this really awesome lady, who is awesome in her own right, but then told me the story of how she's in her 70s?
Yeah, turned 75 this past year.
She turned 75 this past year.
Yeah.
And she owns, and your family owns, on that side of the family, the oldest hardware store in the city of Toronto. And it's located just in Cabbage Town. What's the name of it?
On Parliament Street. It's called Nettleship's Hardware. It's been there since 1920, and my grandmother was born in the store in 1932 and has worked in it ever since, pretty much. She's kind of like MIA. Their mom just gave birth to her in the store.
Just carrying nails and hammers.
And pop. And she's a great woman and really engaged in her community, and one of those people who in this type of economy I think of a lot, because her business certainly in the last 20 years has suffered a lot because of Home Depot and Home Hardware and the big box stores. But through all these recessions and booms, the store has remained there and remained steady. And
you know what? I ended up telling a lot of people that story over the weekend because I thought that was a really neat example of Toronto.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about tomorrow night's program, because, God, we need to talk about something. And I hope it's better.
Yeah, we got a lot.
How confident he is, isn't it?
I got a vacation booked tomorrow, I think. I hope. No. One thing we talked about today, didn't get to, the idea that in the world of Canadian movies, the ratings board, the Ontario Film Review Board, has classified the middle finger as crude, and thus films that include the middle finger are no longer allowed to be classified as G-rated. They must now be classified as PG-rated.
So if I gave the finger right now during this whole thing, we'd have a new rating system.
Exactly. So that's one topic.
I just did, and no one saw.
Talking about Black History Month, Ryan has some borderline controversial or...
Well, I'm not intending to be controversial, but I think that with the dawn of Barack Obama as president, there are a lot of educators in the United States, and I would tend to agree with them that it's time to reevaluate whether or not Black History Month is something of the past. And a lot of the arguments being made is that to segregate a certain month as somebody's history and not celebrate it as part of our people's history is racist. And I think you do more probably overall to incorporate Black history as part of current history. Barack Obama is now the president of the United States. It's all part and parcel of our people's history. And I think going forward, I think they made the thing about the point about Hispanic Americans and them having their own month, and how not everybody's going to, cling to that month alone to celebrate just one culture of people. It's got to be more than that. So we're going to have that discussion tomorrow night. We're going to have a lot of other ones.
Yeah, I got
sure.
one thing. The idea, this is kind of lighter, but Steve Wozniak, billionaire, he's the founder of Apple. He's now competing in Dancing with the Stars, for the Stars, Dancing Under the Stars, whatever. Yeah, really, like, come on. This is a new low for our successful American business leaders. I think he's sort of
really.
Yeah, I'm not a.
All right, well,
lost respect.
that's going to be one of those things I'm going to ignore tomorrow because I want the show to actually be good, not like tonight's show. But all in all, we'll get over it, and I'm sure we'll bring you a great show tomorrow night from 7 to 10 on News Talk 610 CKTB and News Talk 1010 CFRB.